Welcome to Game Set Matchup, the podcast where we talk everything partnerships, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Hello everyone, I'm Carl Busby, your host of the Game Set Matchup, #1 partnerships podcast. And on today's episode, we caught up with Scindia Balasingh, who is the head of global partner marketing at a company called Multiplier. Scindia has many awards to her name, and just to highlight a few, she was honoured as the Woman Icon of the Year for marketing at the 2022 Global Choice Awards. She's also been celebrated as Women Icon of the Year by the Women Economic Forum, and also received the Women's Super Achiever Award from the World Women Leadership Congress. Some incredible stuff there that Scindia's been involved in. So the company is based in India, and they are a global leading employment platform. It makes it very easy for companies to employ teams internationally. Its technology simplifies employment process by managing all the complexities of like local compliance, labour contracts, payroll, benefits and taxes. Scindia, she's very, very passionate about partnerships, and gives us a really great insight into her partnership experiences within all the businesses she's worked in. She's helped companies build a partner program from scratch, so has really good understanding of how to build those partnership programs within a business. We also discussed some top tips on how to build good culture within the workplace, and how to get your teams performing and moving in the right direction. So great episode this week. As always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the episode. Hello, welcome to Game Set Matchup. So we're #1 podcast for all things partnerships. So maybe you're new to the partnerships world and looking for a bit of advice or some top tips on how to get started, or maybe you're an experienced pro, looking for a bit of inspiration or direction, whichever one it is. We here at Finder, thank you for tuning in. So as usual, I am your host, Carl Busby. Please welcome our guest today, Scindia Balasingh, who is Head of Global Partner Marketing at Multiplier. Hello and welcome, Scindia.
Hi, thank you for having me here, Paul. And I always say this, I love the podcast host. That's why once upon a time, I was also a podcast host.
Oh, okay.
So, I used to host some podcast called MOV Leaders. I used to have all the women leaders coming up and sharing their success stories in various fields. And we did almost like 2 seasons.
Okay.
Around like 60 plus amazing women leaders I have interviewed. And now I have currently given a pause before resuming season 3. So I know how passionate somebody should be to drive this initiative. And I'm happy for your call, and you're doing an amazing thing.
Yeah, no, thank you. Really appreciate it. It sounds like you've got a good bit of experience there as well. And like I said, talking to those women leaders, that's brilliant. So cool. Yeah, just we'd like to do a little bit of introduction, just about obviously yourself and what you're kind of doing in your current role, and then also just a little bit about Multiplier and what the company actually does.
Sure. So I have to just go back a little bit, like 15, 16 years back. When I joined engineering, I know very well that is not my cup of tea. And within a couple of years, I realized that I love technology. I love speaking about the concept, but I'm not somebody who can engineer that technology. So I'm more of a carrier of the technology, not the maker of the technology. I realized it pretty early, and I call myself lucky for that. So I decided to pursue my journey in marketing, and I went to MBA, and I mastered in marketing and operations. I was a gold medalist in MBA because I was so passionate about marketing. From there, I was very clear, I will pick up a field marketing job, not a business analyst or anything to do with, a one-ly system and me kind of job. I wanted to meet people. I wanted to be in field. I wanted to do things. That's how I joined the India's biggest air conditioning company called Blue Star, and it's pretty traditional. And they were like, when I joined itself, they were 75 years old. The market. So I joined as their field marketer. I picked up all the nuances of BTL, ATL activities, press release, product launches, user manual writing, brochure designing, name anything, right? POS, anything. So from there, I wanted to move to tech field because I was a BTech IT engineer. I wanted to, mingle the concept of technology plus marketing and wanted to be a technology marketer. So when I was thinking that, I was again lucky enough to get an opportunity from a company called Redington. It's a largest IT distributor company, and they are a $3 billion company. And I was very lucky. They asked me to be the first member of the marketing. They never tried marketing. It was all decentralized. So they wanted centralize the marketing function. They just wanted to come and try. On that, I happily accepted that opportunity, and I built the function from scratch. 6 years I was there with them. And I was able to build the function pretty much from the scratch. And when I was leaving, I was the head of marketing for them. From there, in between, like after 3 years, we got an opportunity to build cloud marketplace. So I started falling in love with a SaaS model. It was so fascinating for me, like your Netflix or Prime, even your infra can be just on, a pause, activate, reactivate kind of mode. It really fascinated me. So I was looking for an opportunity in SaaS field. Again, Freshworks came on its own. They wanted to build their partner marketing function from scratch. So which excited me because that will allow me to work with all the largest IT or SaaS companies in the world. It's a global role. So I just jumped and took that opportunity. 3 years, great. Again, I built the function from scratch. Then I moved to a startup called Vajro, where I built their marketing function from scratch. And I was head of global marketing for them. From there, now 4 months in Multiplier, I joined them as head of global partner marketing director. And I'm pretty much doing good stuff here. We started launching the partner program, and we are scaling the partnerships function, and a lot to do here. And apart from this, I'm very passionate about women leadership, empowerment, etc. That's why I told about the initiative I have taken. And I was a D&I coordinator for Freshworks. So pretty much on the D&I, POSH, women empowerment and all is my passion. So I go to a lot of institutes like IIM, IIT, industry events, be a speaker and spread all this energy there. So here I am with you also, Carl.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. No, thank you. I said, if it sounds like you've had like I said, quite a sort of lengthy career there, once you decided, this was something obviously, you said you were sort of passionate about and obviously wanted to get involved in. And it's just incredible. I can imagine it's hard work, at a business who, didn't have any sort of marketing program, and your job was to obviously go in, essentially build that from scratch. I'm sure there was, I'm sure you faced some challenges with that, but we'll come on to that a little bit later. We can go through some of those bits. But just to be intrigued to know, I mean, your obviously job title in terms of being head of global marketing, obviously within, obviously the partnerships. Obviously, you mentioned that you're global as well. So obviously, again, across the world. So, obviously here at Finder, we are very passionate about, partnerships, helping businesses, find, common ground, synergies between themselves, to sort of work together. So sort of, and again, I know this is a new role at Multiplier, but obviously could be also for previous roles that you've had. So just in terms of creating partnerships at the moment, or I said maybe in a previous job, sort of like how is Multiplier sort of going about that? How are you going about reaching out to new obviously businesses to let them know what you do and how you can potentially work together, and then I guess like also like what for yourself or what for like Multiplier would be a really sort of gold star partnership, something where you would say, what, this is a really good, this is going to be a really good working relationship?
To generalize this bit and narrow down to Multiplier, right? For any partnerships, when you wanted to build, it's kind of a mandatory now, because you being alone in the market, you are not going to satisfy your customer end-to-end needs, right? It's impossible for you to provide all the solutions to the pertaining to the pain points your persona is going to have. For instance, Multiplier is targeting all the HR personas. They are our primary personas. So all the HR problems Multiplier cannot solve. So for example, even take global hiring as a piece, right? We are not someone who recruit or show talents. We are a compliance and payroll partner. We are not a HRIS platform. Similarly, we are not a recruitment company, and also we are not a payment gateway company, right? We solve the piece. So unless we partner with various other partners and form a solution, we are not going to differentiate ourselves in the market. And also today, the churn is the biggest problem in the SaaS industry. Right. Whichever is fascinating, I told it's flip side to it is when they wanted to throw you also, it's very easy, right? Because the cost of switching is not high for them, but cost of acquiring is high for us, right? As long as more apps or more integration they are, downloading, it's better the chances of churn going down because the cost of switching is going to be high. So definitely, instead of saying that it's a lever, it is a mandatory for a SaaS company to adapt and having a right partnerships, especially right product partnerships in place for them to differentiate themselves into the market. One. And second, right, any marketer will today tell, thanks to COVID or thanks to the digital disruption, the cost of digital marketing or the cost of any marketing for that matters has significantly gone up. And it's easily 40 to 50% high compared to last 2-3 years, right? In order to be very competitive, it's mandatory that you differentiate yourself as a thought leader, not a brand coming into a marketing. So becoming a thought leader, becoming a consultant, definitely you need to sound as an industry voice. So you are doing a webinar, Multiplier is doing a webinar, nobody's interested to know, right? But rather just imagine Multiplier is doing with monster.com along with Wise, along with HDFC, and we're giving a comprehensive solution of a global employment or how to maintain a global workforce management. People would love to hear because all these brands will have a thought leadership angle. They will come and give us tips to establish the global strategy. This automatically will reduce your CPL because the cost is going to be split by everybody. The effort is going to be split by everybody, as well as the brand keywords, referral traffic, everything is going to play an important role in bringing your CPL as well. Right? So any Gold Star partnership includes like your customer should love. It should help you to acquire the prospects. It should be able to elevate your brand presence, and this should be mutual. It cannot be one way, right? Even partners has to gain all this from you. So this is Gold Star partnership, I would say. Where brand, revenue, churn, everything has been taken care through this partnership, right? That's the Gold Star partnership, I would say.
Nice. No, I really like that. Like I said, I think, like you said, again, something that we talk to people gets mentioned quite a lot is that, partnerships is all about, something mutual, coming out of it. It shouldn't obviously be just a one-way thing, because obviously after all that, that's not a partnership. But I liked what you picked up on, especially in, current times, working together with other companies, other businesses is, definitely, for me, is definitely the way forward. So much more you can do working with other businesses and aligning with other businesses, rather, as you said, than just trying to do everything all on your own, which, like I said, usually, doesn't normally end well. So I really like that. I think obviously, again, you touched on it, obviously, just a little bit there. So, obviously, again, we're saying how important, partnerships can be. And obviously, again, some of the qualities that you look for in a Gold Star partnership. So just interested to know, so at the moment, sort of how is Multiplier, or again, could be in previous roles, how are they going about actually creating them? So just like as an example, so, at Finder, we offer businesses that chance to get that first discovery call so that they can have that conversation and, obviously talk through and obviously, have that introduction. We know in today's world, it's quite notoriously difficult to get introductions or, to talk to people unless you've got a referral or somebody, knows somebody. It's very, very, very difficult. So, we're always intrigued to just speak to business, ask them like how are you going about trying to get those, intros and talk to, businesses where you can then potentially have a conversation, about what you could do for them, because that getting that first bit is always notoriously been sort of quite difficult. So just for you, how Multiplier sort of dealing with that in terms of getting those intros?
For that, right, the first thumb rule is, as long as you crack your value prop of partnerships, then it is easy for you to crack that conversation as well. Because today you have various tools like Ample Market, like the Sales Navigator, LinkedIn will help you, right, to reach out to right people. So finding out the right people or finding the right partners is not an issue today, in the today tech world at least. The important issue is how will you make them to hear you, because they will receive 100 of messages like this. They will think you're trying to sell somebody. or you're trying to sell some solutions and they may not even listen to you, right? So how will you break that? Partners always, right? You need to speak about their potential problem and how this partnership is going to solve by going to GTM together. Right? Today, if you're going to monster.com and telling them to come for a partnership with Multiplier, the value prop there is very simple. Hey, you have so many clients who are looking for remote hiring, but they may be very skeptical to do global hiring, thinking that they need to establish an entity. It's a costly affair, but it's not so. Our partnership is going to help you, giving them a comprehensive solution end to end from global hiring, onboarding, global payroll, etc. So can we do a joint GTM together? Similarly, we have a lot of clients who are looking to hire in various countries. They don't have a proper recruitment company's reference, which we could refer you. So that mutual benefit, if you are able to showcase to them, and the path towards like, how are we going to achieve this mutually? Hey, can we explore this together? Why they will not come to you? Because even they want a channel which will bring revenue to them. Even they want, a hyper growth, predictable revenue coming through certain partners. So as long as this is like, you don't need any investment. You're going to just figure out together, then why will they not come? But cracking that properly, right, is key. So whom are you reaching out to? Are you reaching out to the right partner sharing your same ICP? That's pretty much very important. So you are focused on SMB and you're going to a partner who is focusing on mid-market. Never going to work together because your product is not going to be ready for mid-market. Their customers are not going to settle for SMB solution. You need to be very clear about like a persona matches there, a product matches there, right? Even geography is fine because geography match need not be there. In fact, it can be complementary. I am so good in APAC, partner is so good in US. So I am helping them to get a footprint in APAC. They are going to help me getting a footprint in US. That's going to be an ideal partnership. But ICP will not work like that. Hey, I am in SMB or in mid-market. I will get you in SMB. You get me in mid-market. It is not going to work like that. That is different, right? So ICP match is key. And the mutual value prop is key. How both of your customers are going to receive this as a solution is key. So until you figure out this value proposition, partnership is very tough. Even forget about product partnerships, even if it is going to be a referral partnership. Then you have to go to a company where your referral bonus makes sense for them, can become a big revenue channel. So your affiliate partners cannot be like, a $1 billion company or $1 million company. Your affiliate partnerships companies should be small professional companies for whom this referral bonus is going to be a big revenue stream. Then affiliate partnerships will work, right? Product partnerships already we discussed. Reselling partnership, if you're going for a reseller partnership, your commission should really mean a lot to them. Otherwise, it's not going to work, right? So you need to find out the right kind of partnerships, right kind of ICP partners you're going after, and then the mutual benefits. So these three, if you crack it right, it's very easy. If you choose the right tool, it is easy for you to get connected with the partners whom you wanted.
No, that was brilliant. I said, I liked just touch on what you said in the beginning, the fact that, sometimes when you obviously get an opportunity to talk to someone or whatever, it's like, using that opportunity to say, look, you've got this problem. We can help you, we can help you solve that, rather than, we've got something here. Look, do you want it? You're just trying to sell something. I think that is definitely crucial, especially I've found in people we've spoken to that, when you talk to someone, for them to be interested in what you're saying, it's like, look, I know you've got this problem. We can help you solve that. And they're like, okay, let's have a conversation. So as I said, really, I think that is really a key, definitely a key component of it as well. So just it sounds like you again have an absolute wealth of experience, a lot of the business and stuff that you've worked at. So we always, like to ask, I guess, as your younger self, I mean you look very young, but just as your younger self, starting out, any sort of like tips you would give to yourself, somebody that looking to either potentially get into a sort of marketing, that sort of partnerships role, anything that you could kind of give as a as a tip to sort of help the young people starting out.
So thanks for the compliment first. Second, when you wanted to get into partnerships, important shift you need to do is your mindset. Because when you are in partnership, you will be a giver. first you need to develop the attitude of giving, caring for others, caring for partners' success, because that is going to be your success, right? That mindset shift is very important. And second, you need to have a collaborative skill set, because it's not only external, right? You're not only collaborating with partners, you're going to collaborate internally as well. For example, let's take you're deciding to do your co-selling with a partner. So you need to introduce 2 of your clients to them. They are going to introduce 2 of their clients to you. You don't have direct relationship with the clients. You have to work with the AEs. You have to work with your sales team. You have to sell to them that, hey, give 2 introductions. You are going to give 2. That is going to fulfill your revenue quota, right? So that collaborative, that it's not only that you are finding a pain point of a partner and trying to fix them. You are going to find the pain point of your AEs and tell them that how to solve that, right? And you're going to do tomorrow a joint event together. Again, you have to go to your field marketing team or your brand marketing team and tell them that, hey, you are spending so much of money to invite 20 people. Spend only money in 10 people. No, I will bring a partner who will bring another 10 people. You are going to save your cost 50%. Come, let's do it. Right? Never. So that kind of collaborativeness. So you need to know the pain points of all the stakeholders involved in this. CSM, right? Tomorrow, just you have to go and tell CSM, say, introduce the customers, right? Because that is going to reduce your churn. If they adapt them, they will not go away from you. It's going to be a very compulsive solution. So right from sales, CSM, other marketing teams, you're going to work with everyone in order to make this partnership successful, apart from working with partners. So this collaborative mindset and the giver mindset, and always be on the toes. Partnerships will involve a lot of operations as well, right? So you need to have fingertips in everything, right? From compliances, onboarding them, planning a referral activity with them, planning a marketing activity with them, sales enablement session with them, right? Lunch and learn session with our CSM and their sales team, their CSM and our sales team. So many things you have to do. So agility, that collaborative mindset, that giver mindset is key for you to be successful in the partnership. So these are the core skill set apart from your regular marketing skills, I would say. Yeah,
no, that's absolutely amazing. I love that you touch on the mindset. I think that is, a big part of it. Like I said, you can be very passionate and, wanted to do these things, but like I said, you've got to be able to shift. And like you said, just, to be able to understand those things. But I totally understand that. And obviously I'm in customer success myself, so I can speak firsthand how that works in terms of being able to, collaborate, with the other departments, in your business as well. And, to try and get everybody working, together. So that's really good. And I'm not sure, again, if you've had experience of potentially, obviously I'm sure you would have worked within teams, maybe not necessarily, maybe manage the team. But if you have like any sort of like, sort of tips around how to create, like a high performing team and have that, sort of winning culture within the business, because they are two, quite key core components, to any business. You want people, or you want employees that want to work, there. And building the right culture can make a massive difference between, as we talked about churn, but you got churn with your actual employees, keeping the talent that you've obviously got, within the business. Just to get an experience or any sort of tips on, how, to sort of have those high performing teams and to have a good culture within a business.
So I would say like a partnership team as an example, right? So first and foremost, if you wanted to create a winning a culture or a performance-based culture team, you need to get the alignment with management pretty well. So especially if you take partnerships, it's a long-term game. It's not an immediate game. For instance, there's always a thumb rule. If first to identify right partners, getting connected with them, onboarding them, then creating awareness about the solutions to our base, their base, then getting few co-marketing activities in terms of lead generation, then you will go to co-selling. So it will take almost like 6 to 9 months to make a partnership successful and become predictable revenue. So first and foremost, as a leader, you should be able to go and convince management and align them for this time period, right? Because otherwise the whole pressure will mount towards your team. So that culture you will not be able to build. One popular thing Girish Mathrubodham, the founder of Freshworks, always say is a biryani story. So he will always say, who is cooking, you should not give them a target. You should not go and tell them that 100 biryanis you have to sell per day. That is not their work. Their work is to get the right flavored biryani, a proper biryani to make, right? So somebody who's serving, you should not say that you should make 100 people buy biryani again. So whoever is serving, you should make them to say that, hey, so many customers should be very happy. This much of percentage of customers should go out happy. So everybody, you need to fix the right metrics.
Yeah.
That's key. Everybody run towards revenue is true. But everybody need to have their own core metrics for us to, measure. So the partnership, initially, you should track the referral traffic as a metrics. You need to give them like how much of referral traffic we can use partner's brand name and bring it. Then second quarter, how many ICP leads we can bring through this partnership. Third, how many demo bookings can happen through this meeting. Fourth, how many SQLs we can get converted. Then goes the customer, right? So every angle, like different stakeholders, different time period, various metrics, right leading metrics has to be set. Gotcha. So that itself will give you a winning culture. Because imagine that first quarter, you need to bring 5 customers. You're giving that as a target. People will lose motivation because in first quarter, 5 customers will not come. Nothing will happen. In first quarter, you need to build the integration. You need to create the collaterals. You need to create the campaigns to create awareness. Where will you bring 5 customers in the first quarter? Then you will lose motivation. You will unnecessarily push partners. You will unnecessarily pressurize yourself. So you will lose motivation. Partner will feel frustrated. You will think like, hey, I'm coming here for a joint GTM. You're pushing me to bring customers. So this is not the partnership I'm looking for. So everybody will lose here. So the winning performance culture is not about pushing them towards the target, pushing them towards the right target. Right leading metrics, right target at right point of time. If you do this right, automatically the performance-based culture will happen.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. That's amazing. I totally agree. I think for any business to work well, there has to be that alignment, through the business, because you're absolutely right. If there are targets there and they're just not, they don't make sense or unreasonable, frustration starts to build, and then you lose that momentum, I guess, in terms of getting people to want to push towards that goal. So like I said, for me, that is definitely key. Like I said, making sure everyone is aligned, and if not, give that feedback and say, look, this is maybe we should try to change this, etc., and be realistic with what you're doing. That's really cool. Just on to a final question, really. So just obviously we like to sort of ask guests around what they just sort of think the future holds, really. So obviously, as you mentioned before, COVID changed the landscape of the whole world. As you said, a lot of whole new sort of genre in terms of like the SaaS companies were sort of born out of this. A lot of digital cloud, all these kinds of things just went off the chart because more hybrid working, people working from home. But just as an example, we know the big buzzword at the moment is obviously all the AI. You've got ChatGPT, all these new products that are now starting to come to the market. So we always just like to ask guests, how do you sort of see it could just be in general or maybe specifically with Multiplier, up to you, but kind of where do you sort of see the future, what could may potentially change in terms of kind of what you're doing now, whether it be like new technologies or there's new things to help your sort of partnership sort of goals?
Evolution is part of life, right? Especially in technology, every era there is a great technology evolution which will disrupt and create the new world. So this is another great disruption and a way for people to be more productive. So take the generative AI as an instance in terms of partnerships. See, when you do, as I told earlier, like partnerships involves a lot of things. One is content, right? A lot of people who is very strong in operations may not be strong in content writing or coming up with catchy phrase. So they need to hire a content writer or bother content team or brand team. Now with ChatGPT, really, we need not bother them, right? We will be able to, if we have our thoughts right, we know the value proposition, hey, put it in a presentable form with 2-3 prompts, it is going to give you. So this is going to reduce your work pretty much. Pretty much well. And also a reach out message. How can be very creative in having a reach out message? How will I frame my value property nicely? How will you come up with an abstract or joint value proposition? Everything makes it easy. So whenever a new technology like this comes, it's not about a threat to a job or threat to a personality or threat to a stream of function. It is just a way of doing things differently. It's going to help you to get rid of the redundant things you're doing, or some mundane things. You keep doing it over time and time on again. All the machines, right from washing machine, dishwasher, everything, right? It's not replacing the human; it's enabling the. So you can concentrate something better, and you can make your life easier. So the same this for even the content marketing people or partnership people, sales people, everybody, right? This allows you to focus on your core IP, and it helps you ease out the other things. So even for Multiplier, right? Today in the macroeconomic situation, every business, or the business, I will put it in the other way, the business which learns to do things more with less resource are going to be successful. For that, these kind of tools, technologies, new evolution, how are we adapting? How are we making it more productive for us is going to determine the success of the business. So I would say, like, we as a company are adapting all these things pretty well, and it's paying off already.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. I think I'd say you touched on there, which I think is the key with this, is like whatever new technologies and stuff that does come, it's just like you said, it's more about, it's like not replacing jobs or maybe done. It's how, what can we now focus on to do something different, if this technology or tool can obviously do the job, just as well. So like I said, I think it will be very interesting to see how things obviously do, to sort of take shape in the future. I think, a few years ago, I don't think anybody would have guessed we'd all be doing what we're doing now. So you never know what's around, what's around the corner, sort of thing. So listen, we come to the end. Again, I just want to thank you for taking the time to come and speak to us, talk about your experiences. Really enjoyed sort of catching up with you. So you're our first podcast guest, from India. So just want to say congrats for that. And like I said, just thank you very much for coming and talking to us.
Thank you so much, Paul, for having me here. I hope your listeners will enjoy the insights. And if anybody wants to connect up with me, I'm available in LinkedIn, and we can take it offline as well for all your questions.
Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. All right, brilliant. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Thanks for joining this week's Game Set Matchup. Tune in to hear more about the need to knows and the do's and don'ts when it comes to creating successful business partnerships.